we are now heading to 4 months. From March, this is July, we are getting into August. We are talking of nightclubs, bars, taverns. Of course, there are those bowners. There are those that are renting. And let's concentrate on the workers. At least every...
Manje apo, ndi pamene Honorable Lungu, you are supposed to now say, no, I'm happy that His Excellency Edgar Chagalungu didn't open my clubs, didn't open these other ventures. You have seen what happened in South Africa, the drunkards. When it was open, it has even wreaked havoc among them. If you go to Florida, they open their beaches. Those same activities of coming together, these small activities, and that's why we are appealing, even those who are having kitchen parties, stop from having kitchen parties. The police should move in, because those are illegal gatherings. So, when you talk about some of these things, we can do away with them. The bars. We are Christians, not so. We have to be a progressive society. These are... I know there is employment which is involved, but this employment, it's an employment which comes with a lot of effect. For me, I've never been to a nightclub or is it these clubs? I don't drink. I drink at home. But the thing is...
You don't drink, you drink at home.
I don't drink in public anyway.
So you are a Christian who drinks in private?
Yes, in private.
So that people don't see you, but God is seeing you.
In fact, no. In fact, my children, they see me. If you come at home, I'll even save you.
No, me, I don't drink.
So you are good Christian. You are more advanced. You are better off. So basically, we would want even people to be like you further than what I am myself. I can drink at home at least in my quietness. But the thing is, what is important is the steps that the government has taken so far, they are progressive. And if it was allowed to go beyond this, it was going to be matata. It was going to be problematic.
Have you taken time to ask yourselves questions like, how do these people been surviving? There's the same people that were working in these bars, nightclubs, because from the time the lockdown was announced, these people have never had a salary.
Let me tell you, the way bars operate, especially these nightclubs and the other ones, people during the day, they are running saloons. In the night, they are waiters. Others during the day, they are running a barber shop. In the night, they are in these bars. Because bar selling, basically, a bar attendant is just one individual. They are part-time jobs in most cases. So basically, there is need to diversify. COVID, are you going to be there to talk about employment if you are dead? Kumanda kuja, there is no employment. Once you are gone, you are gone. There is no second chance with life. Life is only given to us once. So basically, the closure of bars, it's the best thing that has happened in this administration. And I think towards this fight, COVID-19, because drunkenness has reduced misbehaving among us husbands. Our wives are happier, more time is being given to our families. 2, there are no road accidents now. If you go to Rats are there, they are positive, very good numbers. They are saying, my accident, they are almost 0, because we don't have drunkards. And then in the stabbing of innocent boys, girls, rapings, they have reduced. You go to Central Police there. You go to your provincial police headquarters. They will tell you that at least if imanja wantwayo pa COVID. So basically, these are good. Prostitution. The prevalence of also AIDS has also reduced. Even AIDS supplied this time. What is happening? We are no longer being exported from this body to the others. What is happening? COVID has affected literally everything, even cholera. It's surprised no one is even getting cholera nowadays because people are extremely clean. COVID has come with benefits.
Over the weekend, we saw Honorable Boman Lusambo admitting that the economy hasn't been doing well under the Patriotic Front. And now we are getting into your final year. Parliament has closed. Obviously, when it opens in September, that will be the last session, if I'm not mistaken. And by May, parliament should be dissolved. Do you think you have the muscle to work around the economy in the next 9 months?
Listen, comrade, Rum, this economy or this country thrives on, I can call them the four dynamics. We can talk about social understanding of it, social rights, and then economic rights, and then the other one we can talk about it's just based maybe religious rights, and the other one it's also political rights. So these are the four spheres in which we should be judged. Socially, how have we managed to lead this nation as Patriotic Front? Economic wise, how have we managed to judge the people of Zambia? Is it to rule this, lead these people of Zambia economic wise? And then also religious wise, how have we helped? And then on the political rights, how have we fared? You will find that in all these spheres, one of it which Bowman Lusambo expressed, and we have been very frank with the people of Zambia, that ours, we were elected in 2011 on the premise of working. UNIP built the economy, built infrastructure. MMD came in, sold everything, privatized everything, sold everything. So after the 20 years of MMD, when we came in as PF, ourselves, our task has been that of building. So we have been building the economy, infrastructure in energy, infrastructure in education, infrastructure in even what we are talking about, the framework, the legal framework, the legislature itself. So ours is that of not only looking at the economy, but looking at an holistic point of view. So when Bowman Lusambo said that the economy has been hard on us, we accept, yes, it has been hard because we have been facing challenge after challenge, especially the climatic changes which I've been talking about, the global, this challenge, global climate change. It has taken its toll between 2017, 2018, 2019. You can see what all these effects have been happening. It's not only not having enough rains in our water bodies, but in some other northern portion of Zambia, we have experienced abnormal rains, where you find that almost 5 million people are in water. Eastern province here, people are confused in Ruangwa. Oh, just to see Mwagona, you are submerged. We are in the water. So these are some of the challenges which have been happening as a society. Socially, we have been affected. Economic wise, it means our crops have been submerged. In the southern region, where we don't have water, you plant, you wait 90 days, mvula sibwera. The West, it's that on where we all breathe, where economically where we breathe. That was the energy sector. The water bodies are dwindled since inception. We are not built enough security when it comes to water bodies. So this is the reason why the PF, through this leadership, we have now invested in the ITES, so that instead of looking at the 1954 structure, the 1958 structure, which was commissioned in the Kariba Dam, we must have an water body inside Zambia, and that is the ITES, which we have seen that there will be cascade development. The way cascading, it means recycling the same water. In 2011, that's what we are talking about. You know, as when we come into power, we are going to create reservoirs of water. We are going to make sure that we harvest this water. And that's what we have done. So basically, as PF, we have done what a nation is supposed to be given. We have given investments in our agency sector, which has global about 3.8 billion. So coming back to Bowman Lusam, is correct. You yourself and myself, we are suffering. And what's more, you find that we have been saboteurs after those elections of 2016. The burning of markets, we had this one going into Mokobeko. After that one, you find that we have cholera from nowhere. Cholera yamu October tudabwa chabe. After that one, gassing, we are confused. After that gassing, unfortunately, we are now in a natural calamity.
So
COVID.
why vonse vachitikira mu PF?
Where I tested leadership. So there's nothing that God is saying PF they are satanic or whatever. No. But we are looking at these as natural occurrences, and then others they are man-made, and we have managed them.
You've managed them.
Yes, and now, despite all these challenges, we have managed almost. We had told our people that we are going to do 8,000, linking Zambia 8,000. I think we have done almost 4,800 across the nation. And if you can look how our roads are dressed, they are looking much better than the crazy song that one at Ngamapita Parodi Chirongoma na Nesa Bikuti Mwalowa Murodi. That's what we had inherited. Then the crazy song, it settled well with the Zambian people. It became even a national anthem. Today, if you sing that song, I can attest to you, it cannot settle well. Why? Because we have addressed a lot of challenges across the nation.
Moving on, when the Patriotic Front was campaigning in 2011,
yes,
obviously, you had one message.
Mm-hmm.
More money in people's pocket, more jobs, and lower taxes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Civil servants are complaining.
Why should they complain? Listen.
The high unemployment levels in this country.
Mm-hmm.
People are complaining they do not have jobs.
Mm-hmm. To all the civil servants, my appeal is you are the few privileged. You are maybe 1 million out of the 18 million people in Zambia. And this party, the Patriotic Front, when it took over the reins of this governance, in 2013, we increased almost by 300%. And our national budget, it stood at 47 billion. When we came in, it jumped to 87 billion. That was because this budget that we run, it's inclined on human resource consumption. So consumption is thing. That's why if we had to dwell too much on giving people money in our pocket, we won't have everyone hospital constructed, this medical university constructed. We won't have today. Here, University of Zambia, have you seen there are those bed spaces, they are supposed to be completed in time. But these national resources, we are borrowing. And at the end of the day, we need to give back to our people. But we have invested where we invested, we can even show you. Go to the airport there, under the means of transport, you find a new modern airport. You go to Petauke, you will find that there's a new international general hospital. You go to Mpurungu, a hospital there. You go to Sesheke, you will find that the general hospital. Pemba, Choma, which used to be more like a village, today it has modern infrastructure, security wings. And when it comes to employment, people, this civil service that we had inherited, it had maybe 500,000 workers. Today, it's more than, it's even bloated, maybe 1.2 million civil service. Look, the defense wings, we have been posting. Kamfinsa, 2,000 youths have been employed. You go to Sondela, 3,000 youths have been, Lilai, 900. The other time you hear 1,300. These are youths that we are
those
employing.
Replacements, or maybe
They are not replacements. They are not replacements. We are not having a disaster to say that bakapokola bakuf. Unless you are telling me that you have been seeing funerals in these police camps. But it's not funerals that you have been seeing. So
those are jobs you are creating.
Yes. And
but why do we still have the high unemployed number of people?
The population, imamungo bara na maningi also. The thing is, the environment is good. You can eat chicken and chips. You ask him, Manawas, how many did he leave Zambia? How many Zambians did he leave? He left 11 million Zambians. Is it 12 million Zambians? Sata left about 14. Today, we are 18 million. So basically, even the energy consumption, today, a student of today, a pupil of today, is moving with gadgets, is Googling. The consumption of energy also has increased on an individual level. A student of today, he has to drive he or herself to a university. That means per annum, maybe 3 gallons. If barrel, it will mean each one, even you are consuming a lot of energy compared to where we are coming from. we used to be bused, all of us to be taken there. Today, students, you find that they will litter the whole car park, others even along my streets. So the population has grown. Last time I talked about the population. So we are talking about 18 million people, and these 18 million people, they need to be given opportunities. This is the reason why we have invested in line with digitalization, 1,009 masts, the towers. What we are just waiting is for G5 to come. When G5 comes, it will give you and me a lot of space in which to work.
We have to accommodate the callers, but we still have two more issues to look at. So we'll see, because time seemed not to be our best ally this morning. Mr. Chendela.
Yes.
Earlier I did mention that there are some civil servants who are complaining. Obviously, in 2012, the Patriotic Front increased the salaries of these civil servants.
315%.
By then, a bag of minimum was 37. Today, as we are talking, thank God it has reduced it to 115, 110 in other shops. But you just look at the increment itself from 37 to 110. Obviously, all the commodities have gone up. It means the increment of 2012 has been swallowed.
Yes.
Secondly, there are civil servants, after seeing that the salaries have been increased, they still went further to get some loans. What we are hearing today is that the money is being deducted. When you check on their pay slips, the money is being deducted.
They're not being remitted.
But it is not being remitted. Hence, some banks have decided to freeze these accounts. You take the money to the bank. The moment it shows that this person has been paid, he can't withdraw that money. So people are suffering than before.
Before I come to that administrative problem, which is among themselves the civil servants, it has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with the means of finance itself. The accountants and the accountant general, who are civil servants themselves. I want to tell the people out there, especially the civil service, that we are operating in an environment worldwide, 4 horsemen which affect this world. That is, 1, digitalization. The way employment is being created is affected by digitalization. And then also the remitting of funds. This, the way work is being done, it's affected by digitalization itself. The other one now, we are existing now, talking about the maize, we are talking about in 1991, we had liberalized this market. We are now, the financial markets have been liberalized. This also comes in with the challenge of how to control them. And each government across the world, it has become extremely difficult to control the financial markets because they are open. Foreigners can come in, and then others, they can also siphon money. Others, they can send money elsewhere. So we need to improve on our security as a nation. And then the other one, it's the internet itself, on which social media sits. People today, they can complain openly, direct to the president through social media. So it is very important that we get to know that there are these 4 horsemen. The fourth one, it is globalization. The COVID itself, it has gone global. One contagion, one financial
So that
contagion.
is what is making the money not to be remitted to the banks and possibly those.
No, now coming to that one, that is an administrative problem. It is among themselves, the civil servant. It has nothing to do with Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu made sure that they increase the money. How you make sure these loans, they are happening. They are agreements.
But you are in power and you are controlling everything. So obviously,
I talked about
you may blame the Minister of Finance, but
I've said the financial markets.
You in charge.
Listen, yeah, we are in charge. But the financial market, the 4 horsemen, they are in charge. The 4 horsemen, the free market. Can we go and say, Standard Chartered Bank, you are the one who gave these civil servants money. Why? Did you know that you are going to face this challenge? We don't know. That is that one now, it's a free market.
Why is the money not being remitted? That's the question.
it's an administrative problem, and I think
Okay,
this
thank
has
you. I'm
gone
sure
to the
that,
necessary, especially the
that
Minister
has
of
been
Finance.
answered. It's an administrative
Yes,
problem.
it's an administrative
Let's
problem.
get to the last issue before we officially open the lines. You, Mr. Chendera, you are the chief administrator of PF social media.
Yes.
And what we've seen of late are downloaded pictures that have been used by other countries being posted on your pages as PF, and also, unfortunately, on the presidential page, President Edgar Lungo's page.
I think ezeri chabe kamozi.
Sikamozi livambiri maningi. Livambiri.
Dikamozi chabe.
Likamozi nikati.
Yeah, so kamena ako jamen now nako chabe kamozi atikaja ku Nigeria. In fact, the same.
Even the one from India, the fish ponds.
No, those were from Israel. It is a demonstration. That one which from Israel.
Yeah.
We are free to download the pictures from Facebook. There are a lot of materials that we use as an example. It's only that maybe people what we
but
do.
the way
Listen,
the way you are posting
social
them,
media
before you come in, I've been a follower of all the pages.
Yes.
As long as we're a political party, just know that I follow your page as
Yes,
well.
yes.
The way you've been posting them, like 20 years ago, we didn't have this road. Now, under the Patriotic Front, we have this Mazabuka road. Then you post a Nigerian road there.
It was just a coincidence. Out of that, and I think they posted the right materials because these people. It could be the advisor to the president, Chipampe. He has a lot of materials and he has a lot of things to attend to. Maybe when he was posting, he picked it, and these pictures they are more on social media. I receive a lot of materials. Sometimes, especially to talk about especially crime, especially with the police, you find I can even make a mistake of putting is it the instead of putting the current spokesperson, I'll put even an old picture of another spokesperson because maybe it was the nearest picture that had come to. So basically, there is need to also what this social media is telling us. They must also be professionalism. Remember the president talked about social media. I said in November on the 9th, he says social media is for everyone. But when you talk about professional journalism stream, that is issuing of secular, it's for professional journalists. And the Chipampe is in charge of that. But on social media, I think now you find that it has refined itself. We need also to be professional. So the people who are seeing these pictures,
you've not been professional.
Well, social media has not been professional.
So you have always emphasized on this. Even last time when you came, you did mention that there is no truth on social media.
Yes.
I posed the question to ask, like, does it mean that what you post on social media is not a true reflection of what is happening on the ground? You said you posted the truth. Unfortunately, days later, we started seeing...
politics, the way it moves the room. Previously, politics were in clubs. In these same clubs are made to Avara today. Clubs, social gatherings, whatever, kuma church. But there were a lot of lies even in this. Wakamba nokamba tatia yo ninkani ya pachi ya chivuku yo. Yo ninkani ya pali kachaso. You understand? But today, the world has advanced now. Kachaso, ngani hapa kachaso, ya social media.
So posting acheva goes achave. So listen, we should not believe whatever PF is posting on their platform.
Let me tell you, the social media itself, it has an influence. Just like the bars, the social gathering. A lot of these nations, they were developed, like a very good classic example, I was reading the history of the Congo. The Congo had a lot of clubs, social clubs, where people would meet and exchange ideas. At that time, those were societal tools. Those were the tools which were making people come from villages into town, make debates, brainstorm. At the end of the day, they will come up with ideas of independence. So it was also here in Zambia. You find that this is the same chivuko, which is coming from the Copper Belt. Originally, it used to be from a book. Bakulemba mubuku, social gathering. It became very, very effective way of having even trade unionism surrounding it. Today, trade unionism, it produced a president in 1991. But if you look at it, they look very useless, the trade unionists. But because now, everybody has information on social media.
So, as we open the lines, the
dangers of social media is that it has a lot of information. But at the same time, it has a lot of truth. and a lot of lies. So ni 50-50 baba. Ni
Ni
50-50.
50-50. So from the lies that we saw you
So,
posting
what-
on Facebook, why should we trust
It's
you?
not a lie. Nikamozi chabe kaja.
Sikamozi ni kambili.
Imveko nika coincidence chabe.
No, it wasn't a coincidence because
So, you know, I
when,
think
when we saw that pic,
I think we are going to be writing now. All the time will be professional journalists. We'll be like Rungwati for at illustrative purposes. The following picture for illustrative purposes, in case it's the wrong one. So, you know, we just need to keep in tandem with what is prevailing. People now, they are taking social media as gospel truth. So you don't have to make even a slight error. That's how far social media has advanced.
0211 29 34 35 is the number for your live call. Come through and be part of the program. You can as well come through via our Unza Radio Facebook page. Like the page, if you haven't done so, you find an update status, comment on it, and we'll be able to read your comments. You can as well text us on 0965 830293. Let's pick our first caller. Good morning. Yes, Pastor Mtari, how are you? Very fine. You can go ahead with your comments, sir.
Good morning, Pastor Mtari. Fine, I'm fine. The Lord is blessing, and I'm blessed to be phoned by a pastor. It's an anointing. Amen. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think that has. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pastor Mtari. Obviously, your question will be answered later. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Yes, your name, please. Yes, you are too faint, Mr. Siame. Kindly speak up. Yes, you
Yes.
can go ahead now.
Honorable, fine, and how are you, Mr. Siam? Thank you very much. Treatment. Thank you. It has evaporated. Yes.
In conclusion, Mr. Siame, so that we allow others as well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. 0211 29 34 35. Good morning.
Good morning, Honorable Pride. Dr. Proud. Mm? Yeah, it's Naname. Eh. Yes. Mm. Mm. Yes.
Mm.
Mm. Na wa HH. Na wa HH. Yes, bana wako walimo. Na wa HH na wankandurumu nzelimo na wa HH. Mm. Mu 2000.
Zikomo kwambiri Dr. Proud. Let's accommodate other callers before Mr. Mukondo reacts. Good morning. Yes, Brother Namanda, how are you? Fine, you can go ahead with your comments, sir.